Ladies and gentlemen, it is a spooky, ghoulish, scary world out there. And here we stand, folks. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's Ladybo, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
That's right, boys and girls. You're listening to The ProBoh Show. Yeah, how's it going? It's Halloween. So first things first, happy Halloween, friends. If you're tuned in on the radio right now, it's currently 8:30 on Monday morning. For those of you lucky enough to be tuned in live, you're going to enjoy a bit of a longer show with more content, and yeah, you get to look upon our fancy dress. How do you say fancy dress in Spanish? No. How do you say it in Spanish?
Pero like costume.
Yeah, nuestro...
Disfraces.
Nuestros disfraces. Yeah, so as you can tell, we're dressed as rock and roll pandas. That's what we did. No, we're dressed as... I'm Gene Simmons from Kiss. Someone's going to take away my rock and roll membership card. I can't remember the name of the person in the band that you are. Do you know?
Me neither. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Last year, Ladybo and I went dressed as each other. This year, we thought we'd go as someone else. Too much self-referential stuff going on. So how we doing? We've got a good crowd in the chat. We've got Chusky. We had Ravdos, Chusky, Gandalf, Nuriatam, Momabo, Min, Emma Lee, Symbol. Oh my God. Close the doors. No more people get in today. No more people get in. Everybody else is waiting outside. Okay. So what we've got coming up on the show, let me tell you, we've got two spooky Complete the News. And they are spooky Complete the News. Yeah. Took a while to dig out. Full of their Halloween puns. Took me a while to dig up two spooky news, but we've got those. In today's 100 Humans, we're going to look at Halloween costumes and what our 100 humans think of them. But that's all that fun is in the second half of the show, friends. Before we have an unpopular opinion, which again is Halloween themed. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, my friends. And we've got some scary stories. I thought I could do my regular news thing, but we're going to do scary stories instead, Ladybo.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's see what people are saying. LMAO. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that's an acronym for?
Lots.
No. Laugh. Yeah.
But can I say that on the radio?
You can say ass on this show.
Okay.
Laugh my ass off. Hi, Jean. How you doing, Emily? Hi, Jean. It sounds like she's saying I'm really clean, and I dig it. Min says, I didn't recognize you with all that, hair. Any opportunity to wear a wig, and I'm down, my friends. I'm down. Happy Halloween, Symbol. You didn't shave? No, I didn't shave. I didn't shave because when I shaved my beard off, I looked like a 5-year-old child. Like, I trimmed my beard, and Ladybo kept on telling me how weird I looked.
That's cool. I said cool as well.
Yeah, weird. Cool and weird. You look great, guys. Thank you, Chusky. Kiss says MJ Symbol. That's right. Ladybo looking good. She is looking good. Yeah, we painted each other. I think Ladybo did a better job on me than I did on her.
Bueno, I fixed it.
Spooky spiderwebs in the background. That's right, guys. If you're not tuned in live, all this stuff is going to be available in the VOD, in the video on demand. But unfortunately, now you only see those if you're a subscriber or you're a Patreon of mine. If you're a Patreon, you'll be lucky enough to get all the links that we use in this show as well. Paul Stanley, I think, says Gandalf. Thank you. Oh, can we get a ProBoh room?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley. That's a bit of a disappointing rock and roll name, isn't it?
Why?
Paul Stanley. It sounds like a plumber. Anyway, whatever. No disrespect to Kiss. No disrespect. I can't wait for the special. Who did your face painting? We did each other. Symbol.
Yes.
Paul Stanley was Starchild, I think. Awesome. He actually wakes up like this every day. It's on the normal days that he uses a lot of makeup to look normal. True story. This is how I got to work. I just didn't have time to change before the show. You mean like Charlie Brown? You could have drawn on hair. Yeah, Charlie Brown was one of the options. Look, let me level with you folks. When you're a bald, bearded man, there are literally 3 Halloween outfits you can wear. There is Walter White, which means you have to shave in a goatee. There is, oh God, what's the guy's? Kratos? What's his name? From God of War, yeah. Kratos, I think his name is. God of War. I'm sure it's Kratos. Yeah, it's Kratos. My God. There's God of War. And then there's like, I think that's it actually. I think those are the 2 because we looked.
Yeah.
Didn't we? And it was God of War or Walter White, and I thought, no, come on, I've done Walter White tons of years. You could have gone as Ringo Starr, says Emily. Ladyboat, come close to see Rob's work of art for Pete Sack. It's Halloween. Is it Pete Sack or is it? I don't know which one it is. You could have gone as Ringo Starr. That was at Emily. Gandalf. Yep. Gene Simmons was the demon and Paul Stanley was the Star Child. Any person with a hat works. That's a true story too. Emily, does his appearance as the train director on the Shining time station. Make Ladybird dress up as Sir Topham Hatt or the Fat Controller. Min says Charlie Chaplin, the Mad Hatter, etc. But then the beard, dude. The beard. Like my head's upside down for every good Halloween costume. That's what we came to. Ladybo reminds me of the Addams Family mother, Morticia. How can I know Morticia Addams, but I don't know the names of anyone other than Gene Simmons in Kiss? That's depressing. I'm depressing myself. Pete Sack, I think it was. Okay. Charlie Chaplin with a beard. All right. You know what we're gonna do, guys? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to a special section. A special section that is just for the Halloween thing. It's some Halloween scary stories. All right. Are you ready, guys? I brought the spooky stuff with you. Okay. So I'm going to go over... Normally, we go over the news on this show in the first few minutes. But instead of that today, what I wanted to do was to go through some true but chilling Halloween stories. Okay, the first one, we're going to take a look at the Axe Murder House. Okay, the Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa. I don't know if anyone out there's heard of this place. Okay. It's a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. Okay, so if you're a fan of the paranormal, you can actually stay in the Villisca Axe Murder House. It is the site of a gruesome unsolved murder from 1912, in which 6 children and 2 adults were murdered. But that isn't why we're talking about the Villisca Axe Murder House today, ladies and gentlemen. No. We're talking about the Villisca Axe Murder House for something that happened in 1994. In 1994, the property was purchased and then restored to its original condition, how it would have looked in 1912. And it converted it into a tourist attraction. In fact, you can still go and see the Villisca Murder House now. But bear in mind, it costs $428 a night. Oh my God, right?
That's expensive.
That's too much. And visitors there apparently always report strange paranormal experiences, like visions of a man roaming around with an axe, or faint screams of children. Apparently, the children that were murdered in the house back in 1912. But in 2014, something happened. The hauntings took a much darker turn. Robert Steven Laursen Jr., 37 years of age, of Wisconsin, was a regular recreational paranormal visitor with his friends when real horror struck. I think the real horror here is the bill, not the... You know what I mean? I don't know how long he's staying with his friend. I hope he didn't pay for everyone, because I'm starting to feel bad for this guy. Here we go. Sorry, I broke the scariness. I'm a bad boy. Here we go. In 2014, Robert Steven Laursen visited with his friends when real horror struck. The checkout. No. It's not the checkout. Here we go. This comes from Vice. This is a story from Vice. I'm going to read you a direct quote about what happened to Mr. Laursen. His companions, his friends, found him stabbed in the chest. An apparently self-inflicted wound. They called 911 and Laursen was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to a medical center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff Office said Laursen suffered from self-inflicted injury at 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time that 1912 axe murders in the house began. Laursen recovered from his injuries but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. And I've done quite a little bit of research into this, and the guy has disappeared. Yeah, there's no information. He's never filled anyone in about what happened that day and why it happened. For Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was obviously very, very upsetting. She says in a quote, "It's publicity, but it's not exactly the kind of publicity you desire to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to Villisca Axe Murder House," and change the name, sweetheart, you know what I mean? Whatever. I don't want people thinking when they come to the house, something's going to happen to make them do something like that. The house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays. The Villisca Murder House. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Would you stay in a place like that?
I think I would.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would. Like, this owner, like, I don't want people to think that they're going to have an unpleasant stay. Don't call the place the Villisca Murder House. You know what I mean? Call it the Villisca Holiday Home. I don't know. There are tons of different names that she could have chosen. Whatever. Okay, I'm destroying the spookiness. This is weird. I'm looking at Gene Simmons with Rob's voice and think, what the hell happened to Gene's voice? It got better. Okay, do you want another one, guys? Ladyball, if I say haunted doll to you, I want you to describe the doll that comes to your mind. A haunted doll. How might it look?
Like Chucky.
Like Chucky. Yeah?
Yeah.
If someone asked me that, I would say like one of these Victorian porcelain dolls.
Ah, yeah. Like doll as a girl. Okay. Yeah.
So, we're going to tell a story about a haunted doll. This is another true story, as reported by KPRC2 Houston News. Okay, here we go. When you think of haunted dolls, it's likely a creepy, old-looking porcelain kind of doll that springs to mind. But that's not what we're talking about here, friends. No. Today we're talking about a Disney Frozen, don't laugh, this is true, a Disney Frozen Elsa doll that was gifted to a child in 2013 in the Houston area, and it made headlines. Okay, I'm going to read a quote from KPRC2 Houston News. The doll recited phrases from the movie Frozen and sang "Let It Go" when the button on its necklace was pressed. I mean, that's enough for it to be terrifying for me. You know what I mean? That song got so overplayed in its time. Anyway, whatever. I'm ruining it again. For 2 years, it did that in English, Mother Emily Madonia said. And in 2015, it started alternating between Spanish and English. That is a horror story. It's singing Let It Go all the time and speaking in Spanish. There wasn't a button that changed these. It just happened randomly. The family has owned the doll for more than 6 years and never changed its battery. For over 6 years. The mother says the doll would randomly begin to speak and sing with its switch even turned off. Okay, that's the end of the quote. Let's get into more of the story. The family decided to throw the creepy doll away in December 2019. Weeks later, they found it inside a bench in their living room. The kids insisted they didn't put it there. And I believed them. This is a quote from their mother. And I believed them. Because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside. At that point, Elsa ceased to sing the English version of Let It Go altogether, speaking only Spanish when pressed. You're laughing and you're destroying the mystery.
I'm sorry.
I know it's horrific.
She came back.
There's only one thing worse than Let It Go, and that's Let It Go in Spanish. Oh wait, there's more. The family then double-bagged the bizarre doll. Double-bagged, basically put it in 2 bags.
Mm-hmm.
And place it at the bottom of their garbage, which was taken out on garbage day. They went on a trip shortly after, but when they returned, Elsa too had come back and was waiting in the backyard of the home. This time the family mailed Elsa to a family friend in Minnesota who taped the haunted doll to the front bumper of his truck. It doesn't seem to have made its way back to Houston yet. Bum, bum, bum.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's see what people are saying. Okay, I need to go. Oh, no worries, Emily. Min says, yeah, Victorian doll like in Annabelle movies, exactly. It's just weird as you look almost exactly like Gene Simmons did in the 80s. Faulty wiring is so scary. They sent the doll away for improv torture, says Min. All right, you know what we're going to do, guys? You know what we're going to do? We're going to go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
I want my skeleton to be in medical school after I die, like those hanging up fixed with wires. Fair play. Fair play to you, Trusky. Okay, guys, what's an unpopular opinion? Every day I have a brain fart, un pedo cerebral, and I post it on my social media. Today's a very Halloween-themed brain fart. I post it on my Twitter, arroba at PROBOH, or my Instagram at Professional Bohemian. That's Bohemio Professional, but in English. The votes were kind of 50-50 today, I think. Do you have the Instagram votes there, Ladybug?
Not yet.
I have the, I had at least, the Twitter ones. And I think it was about 50-50 last time I saw it.
Yeah, more or less. 52%.
Yeah. Okay, so 50-50 on Twitter. There it is. Okay, so what was today's unpopular opinion that people are so divided on? Let me show you. Cemeteries are a waste of space. Cemeteries are a waste of space, friends. There's no other way of looking at it. Have we had this conversation? How do you feel about this, Ladybug?
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I mean, the last time I've been to a cemetery in the last 10 years was with you.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm glad you agree. Okay. Good evening, good people. You are looking terrible, Rob. Yeah, I know. I think it's the coronavirus. Let's see. I agree. However, we need a place to keep our dead. All right. That's from Emily. Let's use that as a launching point. Look, they are a waste of space. The 3 main arguments I've been able to identify against them being a waste of space are this. What Emily just mentioned, we need somewhere to have for our family members so we can visit them and walk and reflect and go and see them. A physical representation of them. To which I say, you keep the urn in your house. Bury him in. If that's the case, you want to sit outside and visit Great Aunt Irma, then bury her outside in the backyard.
And if you
Of
live
your
in a
own home.
flat,
Then, keep the ashes somewhere. Keep the ashes somewhere in the spare room, and you go to the spare room. You know what I mean? Really, I just think that's a weak argument. Well, whatever. We'll come back to it, because I not only have I brought an argument today, I've brought possible solutions to this particular point. The other argument I hear is graveyards in cities. They have trees, they're green spaces, they have walk paths. They're really no different to municipal parks. Then go to a park. In fact, a park would be a much better use of the land of a graveyard than a graveyard. Would it not? At least kids could run around without getting nightmares.
but there are people that don't want to be cremated.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. So yeah, like if there's so little difference between a graveyard and a park, then just go to a park. There's no need for a graveyard. You know what I mean? Absolutely none. If that's your argument, like, it's practically a park, it's somewhere to enjoy nature. Dude, how's about you enjoy nature without dead bodies in it, for a start? You know what I mean? It's so grim. Next, cemeteries are some of the best places to walk and admire history. Which I understand. Like in my hometown of Bradford, has a rich history, and some of the graves there are hundreds of years old. You know where I go when I want to appreciate history? A museum. Or I'll pick up a book and read it. I don't need to go and look at people's tombstones to do that. So those are the three main arguments. It's a great place to walk and admire history. That they're, quite like municipal. They're quite like parks, the big green spaces in the middle of a city. That's quite important, and that people need a place to visit their loved ones. Okay, let me see what people are saying before I tear this apart. Let's see. However, we need a place to keep our dead. Chusky says he agrees. I would consider a mausoleum. No, that's even worse. A mausoleum. That's just a big. It's either made of granite or poured concrete, big eyesore that you can't even get rid of. Back in the old days, like after a couple of generations, they would get rid of the body or just bury someone right on top of it. And now they just The one we went to in Madrid, geez, it was enormous.
Yeah.
It was like a village. So creepy.
Yeah, it's big.
Anyway, I agree. Where were we? You can have your body used to fertilize a tree so vegans can eat the fruit and be cannibals at the same time. Can we get Gandalf a ProBoh approved?
ProBoh approved.
Some religions don't believe in cremation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some religions don't believe... Like, this. I don't want to make a religious argument. I want to make a city planning argument. Like, look, here's the thing, guys. A lot of religions, we can live side by side, whether you eat pork or whether you want to go to church on Sunday or not. Like, whether you want to go to synagogue, mosque, church. You know what I mean? We all live side by side, and we all, have to respect certain norms in the place that we live. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm suggesting, right? There is no kind of income with these cemeteries. In fact, it's all outgoing, really. You sell the plot, and then you have to pay a security guard. Mm-hmm. Which is why I asked you, like, do those belong to the church? Because those guys have a lot of money.
But no.
But they don't, right?
No.
And is it mainly I would understand, burying your dead is mainly a religious thing, right?
It is.
Because I think any atheist would pretty much agree to being burnt or eaten by vultures or whatever. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do with me, I'm fine with it. Just put me in a vulture reserve. Seriously, I don't care.
Poor vultures.
Poor vultures, exactly. Let's see, where were we? Very true. The bigger the problem is the Jewish faith does not allow cremation. There are special preparations, says Emily. Just trust you, Rob, to find a solution precisely to this issue, says the bridge. Vultures, telling you. I think there are a few other places that are like that too. says Emma Lee. Same for Islam, I believe. Okay, but I don't want to get into a religious issue. I want to get into a city planning issue. If those things were houses, even cheap, low-cost houses, the city would be claiming income on those houses. You know what I mean? And they're not. It's just a wasted space. And it's not even... The idea of it being a municipal park is just nonsense. It's not like a park. No one goes to a graveyard for fun. Let's go for a picnic in the graveyard. Not unless you're the Addams family, are you doing things like that. No one goes for a pleasant bike ride around the dead bodies of people. No one. You go there for a specific purpose. There's a dead person there. You want to see them. See you later, Grandma. You know what I mean? Hope you're having a nice time. Whatever. But it's not a recreational activity. Oh my God, we're coming up to the first break. I haven't even got into my argument, which means when I come back in a few seconds, we'll get into the rest of it. Guys, I'm going to drop the poll for you to vote. Are graveyards a waste of space? I think they are. But it doesn't matter what I think. What matters what you think, guys. I'm going to drop a poll. I will see you in a few short minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this very special Halloween edition of the ProBoh Show. What are you missing if you just tuned in? We told some scary stories. One about an axe murder house and another about a haunted Elsa doll from Frozen. You couldn't make that stuff up, but it is completely true, according to the news sites that reported on them. And what else did we talk? Oh, yeah, we went into our unpopular opinion, which is today. Cemeteries, they're a waste of space, aren't they? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to continue reading the chat, and at the end of the show, I will give you the results. I like it when we do that at the end of the show. Okay, so we're going to continue on. Let's see. My grandmother and grandfather were interred at the church garden where they spent a ton of time. Grandpa helped out in the garden. That's nice, Emily. Chusky, I will convert my body into fertilizer and plant a tree over me. That's the best way to recycle people. I'm actually going to get into a few things like that, about like physical memorials for people. That a few unusual, well, one unusual one, and one just as you said, that is a tree. Okay, let's see. Let's continue. A buck or a book, as in $1, says the bridge. Jeffa says La Almudena.
Yeah.
Is that the one that we went to?
Cementerio de la Almudena.
Is that the one that we went to?
Yes.
Oh my God, so big. So big.
Yeah, it's huge.
You could have had a rock festival in there. Kiss could have been playing in there. I'm joking. Emily, that's correct. Technically, neither does the Christian faith. Rosie Grams. But it's not a city issue, it's a religious issue. Yeah, I mean, look. It could be, yeah, it is a religious issue. But there's still a waste of space. Whether people believe if they need to be buried or not, it's still a waste of space. You know what I mean? You should be eating fish on Sundays. I enjoyed a delicious hamburger today. You know what I mean? There are tons of things that religious people, like even Christian people, don't do that they should do, and to call themselves. You can't pick and choose your religious flavor, can you? In organized religion, or can you? You know what I mean? So it might be a religious issue, but for the purposes of this, it is a city issue, because as cities expand, they can't expand out, they expand up. You know, you have people, like especially in a city like here in Madrid, in 10-story apartments, squeezed in together, like battery chickens. And there is all this land, and a ton of land, occupied by cemeteries.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. Or donated to science, says Emma Lee. After that, they are still turned to the family for burial. If you don't like cemeteries, don't go, says Mama Bo. They are still living in the Middle Ages, says Trusky. Ravdos, the ProBoh and lovely Ladybot. How are you doing, Ravdos? Welcome, welcome. The council gets paid plenty for cemeteries. Gandalf, we can just bury relatives in our backyard. It will confuse the investigators when they find the other bodies. Right. Yeah. Wait, Rob. Did Rob paint his face hair channeling Cesar Romero from the old Adam West Batman series? I'm supposed to be Gene Simmons from Kiss, Ravdos. Problem with that is keeping things out of the water table. Well, here we go. All right. So if you want to talk about the water table, at least for those of us in the UK, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, but particularly the US and Canada, where embalming is a thing, is a part of it, is a part of preparing a body before it goes in the ground. I mean, formaldehyde, just one of the chemicals, has been proved carcinogenic. I mean, the amount of stuff that goes into the water table from buried bodies is ridiculous. And you're looking at... I found some information. Where was it? Each year, burials in the United States use 30 million feet of wood, board feet of wood. Each board foot is 12 inches by 12 inches by 1 inch. More than 104 tons of steel. 1.6 million tons of concrete for burial structures, and 800 gallons of embalming fluid, according to an article in the Berkeley Planning Journal. The wood alone could be used to make 4.5 million homes. I mean, let that sink in, dude. Let that sink in. Yeah, and where we in the cultures where embalming is a thing. I mean, here in Europe, it's not. In Spain, at least, in Greece, basically where the temperature's high, it's like usually you get buried within 24 hours of dying. Mm-hmm. You know, but in countries with colder climates, or at least in English-speaking countries, it's common to have the body embalmed before it goes in the ground. The Population Reference Bureau estimates that 107 billion people have ever roamed the planet. Now think about this: 1.7 billion people. If only 10% of them had were entombed. Think about all the poisonous crap that's going into the ground every single year. Think about that. Emily, the problem with that is a water table. So yeah, I agree. The problem with burial for me is the water table. Wow, amazing, Ladybug. Great job, Rob. Thank you. Ladybug's going to try and take credit for it, but I did all the hard work.
Okay.
Friday Con, how you doing, Friday? Welcome. On the cemetery thing, I personally would never want to be buried. You get packed like a sardine in the ground and must be horrific if you become a ghost. I feel like Rob and Ladybug are going to have some kinky, awesome, rock and roll, freaky, deaky time tonight. Yeah, let's get my ProBoh approved. Come on.
ProBoh approved.
And how, pray, is he going to plant the tree after he's buried? Has he given thought to it? Okay, well, there is actually a company for that. The Spirittree.com. TheSpiritRee. And what they do is they inter your ashes in a porcelain bowl, and the tree grows out, the roots go through, the porcelain smashes, and you have a physical memorial. You live on in a tree. Or this one is one that I would love. And vinily. And finally, but con uve with a V. And vinily. What these guys do is they put your ashes into a vinyl recording. And it could be anything you like. Oh. It could be a playlist of your music, your will, a last message to your loved ones that can keep forever.
That's really nice.
That is really nice. Okay, let's see. Let's continue. Remember poltergeist built on cemeteries? Ghoulish on those stacks look like how many people you are keeping in employment. Or those stats look like how many people you are keeping in employment. Yeah, I think you'd employ a lot more people building houses, building parks, creating areas that need policing, that need works. More houses, more plumbers, not only builders. More people clean those houses if it ends up being a wealthy neighborhood. And destroying cemeteries, as you quite rightly said there, from the plot from the movie Poltergeist, actually happens now in the States and quite often in big cities. I was reading an article about a cemetery in Boston that was built over. I believe they moved the bodies or they cremated the bodies because they were after centuries of they were centuries old. I mean, it's already a thing that happens. I just think it should be more widely done. You know what I mean? I really do. Let's continue. Soylent Green is what I'm hearing, Rob. Ravdos, but where are you going to even put 4.5 million homes? That's not enough land space above the ground for all that, unless you're making coffin-sized houses. 4.5 million... No, yeah, I'm not suggesting that you take the materials that you would make the graves and make exactly 4.5 million homes. I'm saying you use the space to make as many homes as will fit. Homes, parks, hospitals, schools. There are a ton of better things that you could use that land for that's not to just have a dead body. You know what? Even don't even use it for a school or a hospital. Use it for a park and let kids and adults have years and years of enjoyment. Put little plaques up about your dead relatives if that's what you need to do. But I just think it's a waste of space. I honestly can't focus with the paint. Looks sick. Thanks, God, man. It's freaky, right? Like watching Gene Simmons in the 80s, but with Rob's voice. Gandalf, lol. You tell him, Mama Bo. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to 100 humans. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. I asked them this. What is a Halloween costume that adults wear to look sexy? What's an Halloween costume adults wear to look sexy? I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers here. Your job is to identify the top 7. All right, here we go. Who's starting us off today? Emily starting us off with cheerleader. Cheerleader. Is it there? No, it isn't. Oh, it was a good answer, but it's not there. Nuriatam. A nurse. Hang on a minute. Yeah. A nurse. Is it there? Yes, it is. Give her a round of applause. Nuriatam, not only is it there, it is the number 1 answer. Well done. With 34 of the 100 humans saying nurse. Well done. All right, here we go. Next one. Wait. Schoolgirl, says Ravdos. Taking it to a dark place, but whatever. Schoolgirl, is it there? No, it's not. Okay, Emily says a police officer. A police officer. A cop. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. 7th most popular answer with 3 of 100 humans saying a police officer. Well done, Emily. All right, let's continue. Vampire. A vampire. It's from Mama Bo. A vampire. Is it there? Yes, it is. Oh, you guys are killing it. So far, you've had nurse, policeman, and vampire. Okay. We've had nurses. Emily, a rabbit. A rabbit? Even with all the makeup, you can see my confusion. A rabbit, is it there? No, it's not.
Yeah, like Playboy.
Like a Playboy bunny. Mm-hmm. I get you. All right, I get it now. I was a little slow on the uptake. It's been a long day. Okay. Ravdos says a wizard. A sexy wizard. Is a wizard there? No, it's not. But you're not a million miles off there, Ravdos. I actually see the answer that's adjacent to being mentioned further down. A Playboy bunny. My bad, Emily. I get you. Nuriatam said vampire as well. Well done, Nuriatam. Chusky and FridayCon both say a witch. A sexy witch. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. 5 of 100 humans said witch. 9 of 100 humans says witch, and it's in 5th place. Well done. Construction worker. Says, I don't know about you, Gandalf, but all the construction workers I've ever met.
Yeah.
Not being that sexy.
Con la uchilla.
Yeah, with a builder's cleavage. That's how we
Okay.
call it. All right, is it there? No, it's not. There's 3 more to get. You guys are missing 3. Only 3. Okay. Stewardess, like an airline stewardess. Is it there? No, it's not. Okay, we're gonna zip ahead. Neither is male stripper, cowboy, neither is male stripper or cowboy. That's Gandalf and Chusky, respectively. Neither of those 2 are there. Sorry, guys. Okay, but Gandalf does say a maid. So does Mama Bo. Says a maid. Anyone else? No. Those Mama Bo and Gandalf say maid. And it's there. Well done. Second most popular answer with 21 of 100 humans saying maid. Well done, well done. Policewoman kind of falls under cop, I think. Construction worker. Friday Con as well, construction worker. Am I missing this underground fetish construction worker thing?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Must be. I bet there's a whole category on Pornhub for it. Construction workers gone wild. I don't know. All right, next one. French maid, we had that one. Biker. Says Biker or Gene Simmons. Neither of those 2 are there, Gandalf. Sorry. Conman says Egyptian. Emily says none. And Gandalf says Paul Stanley. Neither of those are there. None of those. Sorry, guys. Nuriatam says a devil. A sexy devil.
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it is. Well done. 17 of the 100 humans said a devil, and it's in 3rd place. Well done, guys. Oh, my God. Okay, 1 more to get. Let me see. Oh, guys, you're missing an obvious one. Hang on, wait. I'm going to read through the ones that you've guessed that aren't there. Okay, superhero, fireman, cowboy or cowgirl, sorceress, postman, scarecrow, Frankenstein, sexy Frankenstein, teacher, delivery person, zombie, Superman or a superhero, angel. None of those are there. None of those are there. You need to think more classic, guys. You need to think more classic. It's usually just like a woman would wear an all black kind of one piece thing and a tail and 2 triangular ears and paint lines on the side of her face. Is that a clue? Oh, you should get this, guys. Oh, here we go. We've got a few answers coming in. Let me read some of the other ones that got mentioned. Construction worker is 100% a thing. I'm in amazement by that. But thank you for the education, guys. Gandalf on FridayCon. Are we talking a male or female? Either. I mean, seems like they've angled towards female, the 100 humans today. Angel's not there. Plumber's not there. Morticia Adams is not there. You have currently 6. Firefighter's not there. Plumber's not there.
We are telling porn characters.
Yeah, exactly. Gandalf says the village people had a cop, construction worker, biker, and cowboy. Oh, wow, yeah. All right, true story. Grim Reaper, not there. Repairman, pizza guy, Wonder Woman, woodcutter, devil. None of those are there. Here we go. Emily, Ravdos, Momabo, Gandalf, and Chusky all say a cat. A sexy cat. Is it there? Yes, it is. It's in 4th place. Let's go through the list. Okay, in position number 7, we had a cop or a police person. In position number 6, a vampire. What's a costume, a Halloween costume someone wears to look sexy? A vampire. In position number 5, we had a witch. A witch. In position number 4, With 11 of the 100 humans, we had a cat. And in position number 3, with 17 of the 100 humans, a devil. In position number 2, with 21 of the 100 humans, we had a maid. These do seem to be very female-centric. What does a man dress as when he wants to look sexy?
I don't know.
I mean, a vampire, maybe. Anything that'll give him an excuse to take his shirt off. You know what I mean? if you got the gym.
God.
A god. Okay. All right. So, and in position number 1, with nurse and 34 of the 100 humans, was Nuriatam. Well done to you. Well done, Nuriatam. You killed it. Let's go straight to complete the news.
Complete the news.
All right, this is a very easy game, guys, and it is also inspired by Halloween. Here we go. This is I'll give you a title or a headline from a news article, usually a pretty recent one. This one's from yesterday. I'll give you a title from a news article. I'll leave out some special information, important information, and I will give you 3 options. If you're one of these people who have been in chat and you're too nervous to write, this is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, or C. A, B, or C. All right, here we go. Here's the first news headline. Both of these are in Australia, I believe. Okay, here we go. A werewolf construction worker, a lumberjack rob, says the bridge. 3 answers. Nuriatam, you killed it. Okay, here we go. An Australian axe murderer Googled blank before killing her partner. So an Australian axe murderer Googled. Right, that's some brand power in Google, that. She searched the internet, but the verb is Googled. Wow. An Australian axe murderer Googled blank before killing her partner. But the question is, folks, what did she Google? Was it A, recipes for human flesh? Recetas. Was it B, what part of the body to go for? ¿Qué parte del cuerpo hay que... ¿Para qué parte del cuerpo hay que ir?
Vaya nivelazo.
Oh, killing it. Or C, how to melt human flesh in acid.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. An Australian axe murderer Googled blank before killing her partner. But what did she Google? Was it A, recipes for human flesh? B, what part of the body to go for? Or was it C, how to melt human flesh? Okay, I'm seeing, wow, a lot of C's. I'd love it to be A, says Con, but he knows it's not. He's voted C. Only 2 people voted B, which was what part of the body to go for. Everybody else, overwhelmingly C. Okay, let's get a drum roll, Ladybot. Australian axe murderer Googled what part of the body to go for before killing her partner. Surely if you're swinging an axe, it's irrelevant, isn't it? I mean, you're going to get the job done, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. And is there, if you search for that, what is the top answer? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't want to search. But
Yeah, because you can bet.
history.
Yeah, the search history, then you're going to be seeing some weird news from then on. Wow, says Emma Lee. Got to get rid of the evidence. Yeah. Well, she didn't. FridayCon, yeah, but just go for the head, the brain, says Emma Lee. Or you go for the arteries. Okay, so here we go. Here's a little bit on this story. Prior to killing her boyfriend, an Australian axe murderer searched for killing someone with an axe. What part of the body should I go for? A woman who brutally murdered her ex-partner with an axe purchased at Bunnings hardware store looked up instructions online. A court had heard. She had executed a Google search for information on the murder, including killing someone with an axe. What part of the body to go for? Grim. Oof. We're going to have to be quick with this last one, but it's a quick one. All right, next one, really quick. A possessed woman, poseído, right, Ladybug?
If it's a woman,
Yeah.
poseída.
Poseída, okay. A possessed woman bites an exorcist's blank as she tries to drive out the demon. Possessed woman bites an exorcist's blank as she tries to drive out the demon. Is it A, sandwich, bocadillo, B, neck, cuello, or is it C, boob? I know you all understand what that word means. A, B, or C. Possessed woman bites an exorcist's blank as she tries to drive out the demon. Is it A, sandwich, B, neck, or C, boob? Mama Bo, the only person to say neck. I salute you. Everyone else says C, boob. All right, let's get a drum roll, Lady Bo. Possessed woman bites exorcist's boob as she tries to drive out the demon. You can't make this stuff up, guys, but maybe you can. This is news from the Daily Star, so, take it with a pinch of salt. Caterina Ligato has worked for over 30 years as a professional exorcist, and with Halloween arriving, she has revealed that a possessed woman attempted to bite her in an unusual ritual. Oh my God. With allegedly possessing the ability to drive out demonic beings from the bodies of their clients, so-called experts in the paranormal are often rigorously trained. And this lady, I've already forgotten her name, Caterina Ligato, was bitten on the boob by a possessed person. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of our Halloween show, and I'm kind of sad about it, because I had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. What have we looked at today? Wow, all sorts. We checked out a few creepy Halloween stories. We looked at graveyards or cemeteries. Should they exist or should they not? In our news, we checked out an axe murderer and a possessed woman, 100 humans. We checked out some sexy Halloween costumes. And guys, that's all we've got time for. Oh my God. Why is it she doesn't have the name Joanna Constantine? Books were better, says Friday Con. Yeah, totally. We enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, Nuria Tam. Guys, a lot of things you could be doing today. Instead of doing those things, you were here with me. And I really appreciate it. It means the world. And I will see you next time.